What's going on, everybody? This is DevLeo, and in this video we're going to be talking about Analog, a Fnaf fan game being developed by Lyra Horrors. Now this game stands out to me in a big way because it's one of the few fan games out there that doesn't have a clear description of what's in store for the player. In the 2 years that it's been on GameJolt, we've only gotten a little bit of news on it in the form of teasers and a Q&A. Regarding that, the Q&A reveals that this game takes a darker turn with the events surrounding Freddy's, following the story that brings back Michael Afton most likely. However, the creator makes a clear statement that the lore we've come to know will be drastically changed. So aside from that, we don't have a lot to go on. Or do we? If you read between the lines and inspect the game page, there are some hints on how this game will play out. For starters, even though the description doesn't have a lot of story reveals, there's one line that sticks out from the others: keep watching your screens. When you look around, the game seems to incorporate screens quite consistently. On the post about watching the Analog teaser on YouTube, one of the sentences reads, "Turn your channels to the proper specifications and watch." In said teaser, one of Freddy's lines is, "Frozen in time beyond the screen." Even the lead up to the Halloween Q&A shows a screen revealing an endoskeleton functionality manual and someone typing on a computer watching their screen. So, needless to say, screens are a pretty big part of this game, which makes sense because the tags in the description include analog and VHS. This could be a reference to the Fnaf VHS tape, since the grainy quality and distorted music from the teasers matches with what you would see in an analog horror. Not to mention that there's a physical tape in one of the teaser images. But there's more going on behind the scenes than this. Let's take a closer look at the YouTube teaser.
Cathode rays begin to cry.
Cathode rays are used in electronic devices like TVs in order to produce images and sounds. When Freddy says that they're crying, that could mean that they're being overloaded with information.
Left behind by sands of time, starting to rear their mangled face. Memories you can never seem to place, frozen in time beyond the screen.
Frozen in time stands for something that can be paused, like a VHS tape, for instance.
You start to hear a distant scream.
Hearing a distant scream makes me remember the original 5 victims of the missing children's incident. They would probably be screaming as the purple guy killed them.
A sound that howls beyond the bog, brought to life through.
Now, this last line is the most mysterious out of all of them, especially since it cuts off before Freddy finishes it. But it's pretty clear what he's trying to say: brought to life through analog. And here's where things get interesting. Analog has a twin meaning in this game. It firstly represents the type of horror that the game will use, seen with the VHS tapes. It also means something that is related to something else, which makes sense. We know that the children were given new life to the puppet when it puts their bodies in the animatronic suits. So the puppet is referred to as an analog here, since his body and appearance is similar to a human. This could be where the timeline branches off. Instead of being put in the suits, what if the tricked souls were put into the VHS tapes and now possess them? Okay, I know that sounds a little ridiculous and overused, but take a look at a few of Freddy's other lines. And one of the things he says are starting to rear their mangled face, and memories you can never seem to place. And what pops up on the screen in front of Freddy? A child's face that becomes a little more mangled throughout the course of the video. Plus the memories group referencing the teaser image with the VHS tape, the one that's specifically called Memories. However, it's still apparent that the animatronics are connected with these spirits. In the same image, the shadow of a creature can be seen on the wall. This is purely speculation, but this could mean that, while the children's souls are trapped in the VHS tapes, their bodies are indeed in the suits, keeping close by. But the children realize they're still alive, and they're scared and confused, trying to get as many people as possible to see them. This could also be what Freddy means when he says, "frozen in time beyond the screen." And if they're trapped behind these screens, they could potentially travel to other electronics and either control or distort what the viewer can see. This is something that we witnessed in Fnaf 1 with all the disturbing Easter eggs that you find on the cameras beyond a screen. I know that those were technically hallucinations created by Mike Schmidt's nightmare, but in regards to this game, that may be what's going on. But by controlling the screens, the children could potentially control whoever views them, hence why there are so many lines pertaining to looking at screens. And that's all discussed in this video. I hope you found these revelations interesting, and please leave your thoughts in the comments about what may happen in the future. But for now, go follow Analog. It's such an interesting concept for Fnaf, and is bound to throw in some twists to make an awesome experience. The link will be in the description. And be sure to like and subscribe before the video ends.